Good afternoon, everybody. Jimmy here from Root Restaurant in Georgetown, South Carolina. We're lucky enough here to be standing with Christy Whitlock of the George Hotel that's getting ready to be coming to Front Street. So big shout out, Christy Whitlock, of course. And Christy, thank you for letting us kind of tour and show off what you got going on here.
My pleasure. I'm just expecting some free drinks and free food at Root.
And we got you. All right, so Bradford and I could not wait any longer. So we had to reach out to Christy. We need to see the Independent. The name and everything that comes with that, like Cotton and Meg, and that what they meant to this city forever. Awesome name, Christy. Like that for this city, that's the best thing you could have possibly done. So for those of you who don't know, the Independent is going to be the restaurant that's inside of the George Hotel right here on Front Street. So just a quick question I was going to ask Christy. Where did you come up with Independent? Like, why did you choose Independent? And just want to hear your side.
All right. So we were trying to name the restaurant that's going to be inside the hotel, the George. And it will be open to anyone, the public. It's not just for people who stay here. So clarify that.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, so we're kicking around a lot of different names, and we saw where the Independent Seafood that's been here for 80 years, as you know, was closing, and there was a lot of sadness in this town as a result. Still sad. But we just, and all of a sudden, my partner Joe Keenan called, and he said, "I got it. We need to name it Independent. We need to, honor the family, the Tarbox family, the business, their contribution to this community for so many years." So that's how we came up with the name. And we're gonna have an amazing, fish dishes and a shop house similar to, I guess, what you guys have.
Awesome.
And
I love it.
raw bar and just a lot of different, a great menu.
Give me like goosebumps. Like Cotton. Yeah, Tarbox, like Christy said, big shout out. They have they've helped run the city with local fresh seafood forever. So it's sad to see them go, but it's awesome to see that they decided to choose that name so that legacy can carry on for everyone to see in Georgetown. Super excited about that.
And being a local myself, growing up in this area, it just made sense for all of us. So it was unanimous about that.
10 out of 10. You couldn't pick a better name. I'm jealous. All right, so let's go check out Christy.
Let's do it.
This is about I've been waiting for it. To show everybody what they have coming. It's awesome to have another high-end restaurant here too.
Absolutely.
And Indigo Road guys, like their food, phenomenal. Look them up, Charleston to here. They're known, so big shout out to them too. We're excited to get you guys in town. All right,
well, the beauty is you can walk in and you can check in here, and then you can see into the Independent, but Independent will have its own separate entrance, as you know. And if you notice the outside of the building, there's that one little area that's painted a different color. It's a little darker because we wanted to separate out the entrance so that everybody feels welcome, not just for the people who stay here.
That's awesome. Really good idea, Christy. There's so much we're about to show you guys. But again, I said it a lot. We got to check out this restaurant.
Let's do it.
So one of the craziest things is the productivity that has got done in this restaurant just the past couple months it's insane. I remember just a couple months back, none of this was even in place yet. Yeah. I was ready to see the restaurant. It wasn't ready to go yet. So big shout out to Christy for also using a lot of local vendors to get this done. And Christy, if you use a lot of local vendors.
Yeah, I mean, we did the local name for local people, the Independent restaurant, but we also, 95% of everything that went into here was sourced locally, which we're very excited about.
Huge. Very huge. All right, so let's go check out this restaurant.
Let's do it.
The Independent, one more time. Megan Cotton and Tarbox says, I love you guys. All right, so this is what immediately caught my eye, so I'm gonna go right here. I was most intrigued by this, Christy.
Love it.
The way my mind works in my restaurant, especially, looking at this, the way when the food comes up here, you can see an open kitchen automatically, which first you get to see them cooking everything in front of you, watch them put it up, so you know the food's not gonna be sitting there like getting cold, trying to sit under heat lamps. Now these heat lamps are awesome. I saw this. Someone just do that on camera. That is pretty cool.
I didn't even know you could do that.
So that is cool, but one of the best things about this open kitchen concept, from the consumer side, they can see everything being made, put up. They know they're not waiting for it. They know they're getting fresh ingredients because, of course, that's what they're going to use here. Between Christie and Indigo Road and those guys, like, it's all fresh ingredients. So you're gonna get the best quality you could possibly get. All right, so I know I've said it a few times because I am pumped and I do respect what they do a lot. The food group that they have, Indigo Road. So Christy, if you can tell us a little more about Indigo Road.
Sure. Steve Palmer is in charge of the Indigo Road group. They have around, I think it's 25 restaurants in the southeast area. To include the ones that we know kind of local in Charleston, is the Oak Steakhouse in Charleston on Broad Street, which is phenomenal. It's my favorite place to go in Charleston.
Yes.
They also have Indaco, which is a Southern Italian. It's on Upper King, and Oku, which is an Asian flair. And then they've done that across the southeast, and they've partnered. They're also managing the hotel for us. So they do the management of the restaurant as well as the hotel. So a lot of synergy there. So yeah, and they do a great job of giving back in their communities, which I love. And already talked to Steve Palmer, and he's like, I love it here. I can already see myself moving here. Charleston's crowded.
Oh, yeah. just to say this, like, those guys are killing it. So big shout out. And
I will say this, I think Georgetown can be the dining mecca. You know, everything that we're doing here, what you're doing, what we're doing, Frank's on Front is coming. I mean, there's so many other amazing restaurants, as we know. We can be the destination for people to come dine. Now they can stay, dine, and walk up and down and shop in our little local historic area.
Well, you've been here forever, Christy, so you would know better than anybody. I've been saying it too, since Ruth's been here 6 years. I've never seen as much growth that's finally happening in the city, between the hotel going up, Frank's coming down here on Front, the brewery gonna open. They're finally allowing building for foot traffic so everyone can come check out Front.
Well, now we have Sea Gypsy coming as a little local boutique over in Polly's Island is moving over to Georgetown. She's adding a store. So there's just a lot of synergy, and I'm very excited for Georgetown. It's been a long time coming.
People finally coming over that bridge.
That's right.
All right, so I'm gonna pull over right now my right-hand man, my brother, my GM at the restaurant, Bradford, and let's see, Bradford, let them know what you are feeling so far about the deal.
Place is amazing. So I was just checking out the outside. Like she said, remember, it's not just for hotel guests. It's open to the public, so we want to make sure we get out and fill that. But when I first walk in, it has this rich, bold, kind of classic feel to it, but it's still warm and welcoming. I mean, everything's state of the art, obviously. It's all brand new, clean. I know Jimmy went over this area here. They got a bar around the corner. This obviously is my favorite spot. So what's good, first of all, to just look at the bar itself. If you look at the way the wall is, it's kind of bowed out like a boat. So it still has that sea kind of feel to it. The marble looks amazing. And the best part about having the bar is, like, one, you can come in, get a drink right away. If you check in, you can get a drink after you check in. Or for someone like I always think about, you're up in the room, your lady's getting ready, you can come down and grab a drink.
That's awesome.
No sense of waiting. And then the food here is going to be amazing. Jimmy already went over that. But yeah, for how spacious the place is, it still feels very kind of cozy, very welcoming. So it's just amazing.
Thank you. So my first impression when I came in was as I stand here, it feels like I'm standing in a bottle of Pinot Noir. A warm glass of red wine. It's just the colors, the like you said, like the coziness. It's just warm and inviting, and it makes you want to stay here. Once we get these fabrics layered in here on these banquettes, y'all, it's going to be even more amazing. I can't wait for everyone to see it and come experience it. All right, let me set the stage. This is how the layout's going to be here in the restaurant. We're going to have booths on both sides with rich layers of colors and textures and fabrics on either side. And then we're going to have some tables set up here in the center. And you've got the bar back there that, like you said, it's just so cool just to walk in and just grab a drink. We have some high tops back there in the back, and you get to see all this activity and action in the kitchen, which is going to make it even more interesting and fun.
All right, so Christy, right when we walked in, right, one of the first things that caught my eye was that corridor and that main hallway when you're walking into the elevators. Can we go back there and check that out so they can all see what I got to see?
Jimmy, that's one of my favorite areas in the whole hotel. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Come on. Dave, for everyone watching this, when you walk in here, just so you got, I mean, the height of the ceiling, you see the height of it. When you walk through this, Get this picture, dude. Right with Christy and I in the middle of this hall. Look at this. This is what you walk into. This is the first thing you see coming into the hotel. The restaurant's over here. Come back to this beautiful hallway.
Oh, you can see all the way through where the boats are out there just moored in, and the water. It's just the light coming from that back room. Our event space is just,
it's amazing.
Beautiful.
You guys have to see this. It's amazing. I can't explain it to you. All right, so let's keep walking to the back. Got to see this too. You got to give them a little show of this thing. I can't even jump and try to touch this. This is awesome. It's huge.
Yes.
The color schemes too is, I mean, look at it. Look at the detail and stuff put into it. So the craftsmanship and the work that was put into this hotel, I can't stop staring at. So I'm going to ask you, Christy, tell me this wall, like how everything goes together. What did they use for this? This is fun.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite woods. It's called Pecky Cypress, and you can see all the imperfections that in the wood. It's just gorgeous. It's indigenous. It's, you know, from our area. But most importantly, it was my daddy's favorite wood. Every house that he ever had or business had Pecky Cypress.
No way.
Yes. And I lost him years ago, 2001. So it just makes me feel like he's part of this as well. But I do love this hallway. It's so gorgeous. And these, the lanterns or the chandeliers, I guess you would say, they have like this West Indies feel to me, and which I love, which also ties into, and it was not on purpose, the naming of the bar outside. We'll take you out there in a few minutes, but you know, we named our bar Eliza's.
This is a really cool story.
The outside bar, because we all wanted to pay homage to Eliza Pinckney, who was, she was managing her dad's plantations between Charleston and Georgetown.
From like 5 plantations or something,
like
right?
5 plantations, and I think she was like 15 years old. And while her dad, they came from West Indies, and her dad went back to fight the rebellion in the West Indies, and so that was their home, but they came here. She was literally managing everything for her dad. And she was such a strong, powerful woman. And so now we have this beautiful, it's a little bit of feminine bar. We'll show you some of the colors. It's the Eliza bar. We can't wait to open it up.
Outside on the water.
Yes, and with this whole West Indies little vibe that's a little Georgetown. But Eliza Pinckney was responsible for bringing indigo from the West Indies to this area, and we were the #1 exporter of indigo, as you know, the dye, in the entire world.
While we are going to make our way out to Eliza's bar to show everybody, outside bar on the water behind the hotel. It's phenomenal. So let's take a look at the event space that you guys got also.
All right. Well, we're going to be walking through the Indigo Room, which is the name of our event space, and which makes sense. You're at the event space called the Indigo out to Eliza's bar, so it all ties in again. And again, not planned. Just kind of organically came about the name. Here's our event space. We have plenty of room, as you can see, for wedding parties, receptions, rehearsals, you name it. Any kind of event, large events. And you have the light coming from the outside in that just makes it so bright and airy. You get the view of the water. 2 double doors you can open up, not as big as yours. I love y'all's doors, by the way.
Thank you.
One of my favorites. And then you just make your way out to Eliza's bar. Brad, come on. Let's go check out the Indigo Bar.
Check out Eliza's bar.
The Eliza's Bar.
Ladies, how we doing today?
Yeah, the landscaping was done locally by Walkama Landscaping. Thank you to Gene Rothrock and Chad O'Brien. They did a fabulous job out here. And here you go. We've got this beautiful tile
this is awesome.
Set the stage. It looks like water.
Ready at the bar.
Let's get the bar. It's awesome. We just love it. Have a fire pit, plenty of room for weddings, receptions, any type of indoor-outdoor party situation out here. It's all set up.
Even if you just want to come out while you're staying here, have a drink. Just look at the scenery. You're right here on the river. You got the boats. It's a little windy today, but I mean,
yeah.
Georgetown's a beautiful place to be, especially when the weather's nice.
Might have to bring the football out, Bradford.
Oh, I might do that.
Oh yeah.
What's going on, right?
And you can see we've got some great TVs. We're going to put some big TVs back here for watching basketball, football, any kind of sports. And the beauty is you can also come up, if you're not staying here, you can just pull up in your boat. You can come from Pawleys,
awesome.
anywhere. Come in, have a drink, sit out here.
And everyone, just so you know, this is a side note, but just being in the restaurant industry, this place is fully set up. All the equipment and everything they have in place, amazing stuff. I'm jealous. I'm very jealous, actually.
It is nice to start from
back
new,
Yes.
you know. So our furniture is on its way. We may have some delays here and there, but we're shooting for the end of February. But don't wait. Book your vacation now. I encourage every local to do a staycation. Come experience something that's not been on Front Street in 50 years. You could not stay in a hotel on Front Street for 50 years. Book your hotel. Be a total tourist. Bring your cameras. Book your trip out to Hobcall Barony, Brookgreen Gardens. I mean, there's a million different things. Just plantation tours.
Yeah.
You know, but most importantly, hit Front Street, go to Route, go to all the restaurants, go to everything that we have to offer here, and just write about it, text about it, talk about it, Instagram about it, and just really enjoy yourself and get a taste of Georgetown.
Root Media.
Ho, ho, ho!